Hey, Camilla. Let me rename myself here. All right. Good to see ya.
You too.
Both got harps behind us.
Yeah. Uh, okay, so we'll start with the interview. So, first question, what inspired you to play the harp?
Well, I started on piano, and when I was 8 years old, I went to my piano teacher's house, and there was a harp in the living room. And I thought it was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. And I just immediately fell in love and begged my mom to give me, get me harp lessons. And my mom actually said that even if we hadn't happened to run into the harp when I was 8, that she would have sought out a harp for me because when I was born with red hair and she named me Erin, she thought, oh, well, being so Irish, of Irish heritage, that she better get me exposed to the harp at some point.
Um, does he or she have a name?
Oh, I have several harps, and yes, they all have names. So behind me, this is Claw 2. I'm a sci-fi buff, so as you may know, that is from The Day the Earth Stood Still. And actually, the robot is named Gort, and so it looks kind of like Gort, silver like Gort. But I wasn't crazy about the name Gort for my harp, so I named her Klaatu after the Michael Rennie character in the movie. Let's see, my ebony harp that lives in New York is named V'ger, and my ebony harp that is almost the same, they're all electric harps, but lives in Louisville, Kentucky. That harp is Yilla. They're all science fiction names. They're all sci-fi.
What is a goal that you have for yourself as a harpist?
Hmm. Well, there are lots. uh, right now, I have a list of albums that I want to make, and it's really hard to find the time because we spend so much time working and paying the rent, playing gigs, and doing other recordings for other people. It's hard to find the time to do them for me and for what I want to do. So I have a few albums. Well, I have a David Bowie show that I do where I sing and play the music of David Bowie. So I've done that in concert several times, and I want to make an album of that. That's called Harp Oddity. So I want to make my Harp Oddity album. I'm working on a Kate Bush show, which will debut in April in New York City at the Cutting Room. And I want to make an album of that. And then I have a whole list of others. So those are my main goals to squeeze in somehow.
What is your greatest strength and how does it help you as a harpist?
Hmm. Hmm. That's a good question. Uh, um, well, I feel like I am always up for something spur of the moment and open to improvisation, and I try not to stress too much about things. So I think that helps me. You never know what's going to happen in a live performance. Anything can happen. Or maybe at the last minute, somebody comes over and says, "Hey, can you change? I don't." And this has actually happened to me, where the bride they change their minds the day of, and I just have the attitude, sure, whatever you want. Or sometimes they don't decide till right, or you're doing an event and yeah, somebody comes up and wants to jam with you on something like, oh, what do you know? Okay, let's do this. and taking requests and just not stressing in general because it's a hard enough job as it is. I mean, what we do just playing, not to mention lugging everything. And so I think probably just kind of being able to roll with the punches. And it helps with improv too, playing.
What is your most favorite piece?
It changes all the time. Usually something I'm working on for my upcoming one of my own personal shows. So right now, it would be one of my Kate Bush songs that I'm working on singing and playing. It's funny because sometimes the songs that are the hardest pedal wise and just are so difficult to memorize. Once you do memorize them, they're so much fun, then they become your favorite. So probably right now, Wuthering Heights, Kate Bush. It's also really hard to sing and play.
Who are some of your all-time favorite musicians?
Oh, well, speaking of Kate Bush, David Bowie, I also am a huge Devo fan, and the Beatles. Those are probably my four top. And I love Annie Lennox too, and Joan Armatrading. I love her. That's my puppy. Come here, come here. You want to say hi to Camilla? Here's Valentine. You can see Valentine in her music video debut in my Eleanor Rigby video, uh, and she has her little bit where she does a trick. So I don't know if you've watched that, but she's fantastic.
What advice would you give to other new harpists?
Let's see. I think I should pause while I get Valentine a treat.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, let's get a treat. Okay. uh, well, being a musician is kind of like being an actor. I'm an actor as well, and it is the the uh, the hard advice is that you know it's tough. It's tough just being a musician or being an actor and going from gig to gig. So kind of be prepared for that. It's very rare to get a steady gig, and there's a lot to be said for having uh, something where you know where you're going to work every day and you're not constantly looking for your next job. So just kind of be prepared for that. I know some harpists who also have other jobs that are the steady jobs, and then sometimes they enjoy playing the harp even more because it's not the grind of it. So uh, I would say think about that. Think if there's anything else that you're interested in as well to keep up at the same time so that you're not solely dependent on being a harpist to make a living. Just as a consideration. And maybe you want to just go, no, I'm whole hog harp. And that's cool too, as long as you know there's going to be hard times.
All right, well, that's all I have for you today.
Okay.
Um,
Those are very good questions.
Thank you. It was really nice meeting you.
You too. Your hair's beautiful.
Thank you.
She's so big. You're
Yeah.
just naturally that way?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you see, mine's not big. I go like this.
Yeah, I prefer my hair straight because sometimes I end up looking like a lion, so
I wish. I wish I could look like a lion. Hey, there's a Kate Bush album called Lion Heart. So, and she is dressed like a lion with big hair like yours on the cover. So, see, a lot of people want that look. Okay.
um
Well,
bye.
okay. Thanks, Camilla.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.